A coalition of civil society groups have protested against the delay of the National Assembly in publishing its reports on social media bill. The protest took place today at the Unity Fountain in Abuja.
Gathering to make a demand, these demonstrators want the Nigerian Senate to publish its report on the Protection from Internet Falsehood and Manipulation Bill. A hearing on the bill took place a year ago, but protesters say the delay in publishing the result is part of a plan to keep the bill alive. The content of the Internet Bill has been widely condemned by Nigerians.
1 year after, the future of free speech and democracy in Nigeria is still at the mercy of a Senate that appears to be uninterested in publishing the report of the public hearing, wherein the bill was overwhelmingly rejected, nor willing to conduct a third reading on the bill, where it is expected to be shut down permanently. The apparent lack of interest from the Senate in shutting down the social media bill suggests a sinister intent to pass the dangerous bill, which criminalizes freedom of expression when Nigerians are least vigilant.
Protesters say that social media cannot be held responsible for some of the country's major problems, like insurgency, banditry, and poverty.
And for those who have lied consistently all these years, today nobody can say that we have bandits on Twitter or the social media is being used to promote banditry. Nobody can say that the social media is being used to promote insurgency in the Northeast. Nobody can say that the social media is being used, to kidnap people on our street that we've seen as people, criminal elements, making life difficult for Nigeria. So it is not true, as has been said, that the social media is a danger to human existence. It depends on those who, are using it.
These groups have a simple message for the government: curb hate speech without infringing on the rights of citizens.
And now for more on this, we're now joined by civil rights activist Ariyo Atoye. Great to have you on Newsnight.
Thank you for having me.
So, to start with, when was this bill brought on? Just to remind us, when was this bill put before the House or before the National Assembly? And when do you expect to have the first clear understanding of where the bill is going?
Well, thank you very much. Exactly 1 year ago, we had a public hearing. That's March 9. That's exactly 1 year ago, March 9, 2020. The National Assembly, the Senate, through the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, convened a public hearing. And the public hearing can only happen after a bill had undergone first and second reading, and then it proceeds to public hearing. So basically what we have been expecting is a report from that public hearing, which of course from what Nigerians saw during the public hearing was overwhelmingly rejected. So we've been writing, and we've also taken time to also even produce a document that talks about an alternative to just the National Assembly, trying to just always use legislation to respond to every issue that the government perceives as probably antagonistic, or probably they see as a threat one way or the other, because we have also learned from other democratic nations how they've been addressing the issue of social media, which we know is concerning to some governments, really. But again, it shouldn't be, the National Assembly just every now and then, putting up a legislation, hate speech, anti-social media, all sorts of. So that's what we are trying to do, and we're also asking the Senate Committee to actually, at least publish a report. This is 1 year.
Okay, and 1 year after, you're now, you've carried out this protest. Do you have any insights at all as to what may be in that report that's not been published yet? We
don't know, but one thing is that it was obvious to Nigerians that this bill was overwhelmingly rejected. It's just that probably the Ninth Senate is probably is oblivious of the Constitution, Section 14(2)(a), which says sovereignty belongs to the people, and the government, through the Constitution, will derive its sovereignty from the people. And when Nigerians have spoken and they've said, look, we vehemently reject this bill, and that is the sovereignty.
What do you expect from the National Assembly to throw it away outrightly?
National Assembly to throw this bill away.
Okay, so what are the alternatives that you say that you're actually coming up with?
Very well. We produced a document which we also today submitted to the Senate President's office, and in that bill, what we didn't probably try to limit them to a single option. We give them options from the way it's done in the United Kingdom, the way it is done in the United States of America, the way it is done even in Turkey, and some of these other nations. We give them options of various countries that have adopted measures that are helping them to be able to navigate through, the concerning aspect of social media. And we also let them to know that some of these social media platforms are also coming up daily with ingenious way of trying to, address some of these concerns that the government is talking about.
Just before we go then, in view of the fact that you haven't seen this report and there's no clarity on where the Senate is going, the National Assembly is going, is there any other option open to you and civil liberty organizations apart from demonstrating?
The only option open to us is it's continue to mount pressure and to continue to call on Nigerians to put pressure on the National Assembly. This is a democracy, and I believe that the 9th National Assembly should be responsive and responsible enough to understand that sovereignty belongs to the people, and they should be able to derive that, and they should not stop. I think they should stop this idea of being seen as a lackey of, the executive, except the executive, says something before they actually,
All right, thank you so much. Ariyo Atoye is co-convener, Center for Liberty. Thank you so much for being here.